haven't done a lot of blade content lately, and it's a shame because I actually really do like a good knife. And I have a knife here that I think is completely underrated and underappreciated by kind of the outdoors bushcraft community. I was sitting down with a spoon that I started, I don't know, maybe a year ago, and I haven't gotten to, just a piece of black walnut. It's really hard now, but this was going to be just a little teaspoon mixer, and I used to make them and sell consignment actually for craft spoons, that sort of thing. I actually sold some knives too for a while. This is the WRIGHT Next Gen. It's a really nice compact knife. I keep mine on a night eyes. I usually clip it on my belt and then have a fire steel on the backside here with some elastic cordage. But this blade with the double red micarta has been one of my favorite. This one happens to be a Scandi grind in A2, and A2 is really easy to sharpen and hone and work with, so I like this. And this has just been an easy kind of beater blade for me. I know it's kind of funny to call an WRIGHT knife a beater blade, but hi, you want to be on the camera?
Yeah.
Come here. Yeah. So this is the WRIGHT Next Gen. It's got double red micarta, no liners on this one. It was actually pretty affordable compared to a lot of WRIGHTs, and that's why I call it a beater. Is it's not the next level up. It doesn't have the liners and some of the things that I would normally, kind of demand for a fancier knife. But being A2, it's just a very effective little blade. It's very small, as you can see here. Okay, fits in my hand. Let's bring you in a little bit. One of the things that I really do appreciate about this is just everything is contoured really well. In fact, this one is contoured and a little smoother than my actual Genesis knives are. Just something I noticed. The contours towards the front, those scallops, those thumb scallops, are probably more comfortable on this one than they are in the big one. I appreciate the bigger, thicker handles for sure. I have XL at least size hands. And so this is a small knife for me, but it's not an uncomfortable knife. And typically what I find for woodworking, bushcraft, if I'm actually gonna do something for a while and carve or make a spoon, a small wieldy knife with a good round handle, broomstick style handle, that's not too thin and it's not lacking in broadness. A knife like that I can get by with without complaining for a long time, and it's very packable. I can actually put this in my pocket and fit it pretty well. It's robust. Those pins that go through, the epoxy that they use, I've never had an WRIGHT knife disassemble on me, and I can't say that about some other knives. I've had a Joker break scales on me. I've had actually quite a few knives, now that I think of it, that were just pinned without actual bolts going through. I've had a lot of them break, and it usually appears to be going from hot to cold. That kills a lot of things. And then it's the epoxy itself just seems to fail. And sometimes it cracks micarta, and different things have happened when I've been batoning or something and flex the blade. Stuff that's kind of rough on knives, I guess. But I've never had that with an WRIGHT. So I think they're using a really good system and a repeatable system that is keeping these scales on tight. So I feel like I can rely on the blade a lot. It's very small. It's not going to intimidate people, and it's small enough that I can give it to someone else and they can use it. I don't feel like they're going to be, too reckless with it. There's only 3 inches hanging out there, but it's a very effective 3 inches. Comes to that nice center point, and it feels like a Kephart design. I appreciate this blade for its versatility and the fact that it's comfortable, as well as the aesthetics. So just something I want to throw out there. I feel like this blade is underrated by far, and I'm sure a lot of people agree with me, but I've seen some of these in stock recently, lots of new kinds with cool scales, and I'm not gonna buy another one because I already have one, but if you don't have one yet, maybe go check them out at like DLT Knives, or maybe Knife Center. Knife Connection is another place I've seen some really cool designs on the Knife Connection, or Smoky Mountain Knife Works as well. Anyways, just throwing out a little more knife content out there, telling you about something that I have that I really haven't shown much on my channel.